What's up, everyone? How is everyone doing out there today? My name is Ian and you're watching Wildcat MTG. Welcome back. Today we're going to crack open some Secret Lairs here. And so with Secret Lairs, I find that what we traditionally do is prior to actually purchasing your Secret Lair, we take a look at the singles of the product, the cards within the Secret Lair, and we try to determine based off of what we know about the current singles market, whether it's worth it to pay the price tag on the Secret Lair. But I don't find that we oftentimes go back after the fact and go, hey, how did I do on that? Like, was it, did the singles prices plummet? Did they actually increase in value? What is the cost of a Secret Lair to buy it sealed now post-release versus what it would have cost me if I just bought it when it was on sale to begin with? So that's a little exercise I like to run through for myself with the Secret Lairs that I've purchased. So today we're going to open up and take a look at the Transformers, the Optimus Prime versus Megatron. I have the Just Add Milk, and then because I did end up purchasing over $200 in Secret Lairs for this last bout, I also got a DJ Scarab God. That's like a bonus card if you purchase more than $200 worth of Secret Lairs. So we're going to start with Just Add Milk here. And this is kind of a fun one. I actually thought this is really cool. There's so much Secret Lair stuff that's put out now. I actually don't find that a lot of channels, as many channels, are even doing the is it worth it to buy, because you're just doing a different video like every week. I don't know, maybe it's free content, who knows? But it's just so hard to keep up with that I don't think that as many people are doing it now. I actually kind of like this little like portfolio thing. I don't know if they're just doing, I don't know why one gets the box and one gets this regular envelope. Maybe for the intellectual property stuff, they're still sticking with this. I don't know. But anyways, we have the Just Add Milk. This is actually my first one of these kind of like the envelope version. All right, so we start off with a cool little thank you card here. That's all right. It's kind of neat. All right, fair enough. And then the big ticket item. So what you need to know about the Just Add Milk Secret Lair is that the value of it, almost all of it, is tied up in a single card. The actual Secret Lair for the non-foil version was $29.99. All right. The big ticket item is Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, which the regular version, I think there's only really one printing of the card besides this now Secret Lair printing. The regular Ulamog is about $40, and almost all of the value of this particular Secret Lair is tied up in this particular card. All right, let's go ahead and crack it open here. So, as I mentioned, the actual cost of this Secret Lair for the non-foil version was $29.99. So let's just call it $30, right? All right. What I really dig, I think the art is really cool. I know art is subjective, and some people, maybe this isn't their aesthetic, but I actually thought this was pretty fun. I think it's a fun take on it. I think it's really cool. So you've got your Ulamog. So what you need to know, as I mentioned, is most of this is tied up in this particular card. This particular version of Ulamog is currently about $30. So right off the bat, like, yes, I understand that this is the majority of the value, but it basically is paying for the Secret Lair by itself right off the bat. Paid $29.99 for the Secret Lair when it was sealed, or $30 for the Ulamog itself, and then you can skip the other stuff. That's fine too. But you know what? I like to know that basically everything else of the other cards in the Secret Lair were essentially, the cherry on top then, because it's free value at that point. So Ulamog is the kind of the cool card, and what's fun about these is they also have like a front and back. So you see Italy is up next. I'm not done with Ulamog here. So Ulamog, and then as I mentioned, they have really cool, it's like a cereal box, right? I think this is pretty fun. I really like this. I think it's enjoyable. It's whimsical. And if you're looking for a cheaper alternative than paying $40 for the regular Ulamog, then this slots right in. If you don't really care about the aesthetic, or actually if you even like the aesthetic more than the regular version, then this is a cheaper alternative as well, just to get a copy for your deck. It's saving you about 25% of the value. And again, just this card itself, currently priced at about $30, pays for the Secret Lair by itself. All right, so next up we have Italy. And I actually don't know what the bonus card is. So none of this was even factoring the bonus card because I have no idea what the bonus card is. So Italy, this card has been printed 1,000,001 times. It is a good card. I don't think most people would say that it isn't a good card, but it also has been reprinted into oblivion. So this carries really no monetary, real financial value other than the cool aesthetic. And so I think these are tracking right around $3 to $4. Again, most of the value is tied up with Ulamog. That's okay. I consider the rest of this kind of bonus. I actually do have a couple of decks that run in Italy, but again, like a regular version of a copy of Italy, if you don't care about the aesthetic and you just want the base version, would cost you literally cents. So Atali is up next, and it does also this very cool cereal card or cereal box feel to it. I thought this was pretty fun, and again, just the Secret Lair as far as everyone has their own flavor with what they like and what they don't like about Secret Lairs. So that's kind of the nice part, is that there's definitely enough of them where you don't have to feel like you're missing out, because there's going to be, if you don't pick up one, there's another one right around the corner. But as far as, again, a fun, whimsical Secret Lair, I thought the Just Add Milk was pretty fun. I'm actually going to probably slot a couple of these cards into decks. So that was Italy up next. And last, we have Galta, the Primal Hunger, Stompulicious, so on flavor there, right? Whereas Ulamog is devoid of flavor. Again, a big green creature. Galta's got a little bit of value to it, not like a ton. It's probably like a $4 to $5 card for this particular aesthetic. It's also a card that is, while quite good, has also been reprinted a whole bunch as far as promos, and then it was originally at the Ixalan block. Neat. I'll show you the back in a second, but as soon as I flip past this card, we're going to get to the bonus card, and I actually don't know what it is, so I'm eager to get there. So let's talk about this. What is this? Okay, it's a sliver. Neat. Sidewinder sliver. 1 for 1/1. All slivers have flanking. That's a borderless foil flanked, or borderless foil flanking sliver. That's kind of cool. Actually, the curvature is not bad either. These Secret Lairs are notorious for having the foil cards be in really rough shape. This is not bad. So maybe the envelope is the way to go. Maybe that's keeping it from curving. So again, I mentioned that the Secret Lair all in all was $29.99. So we're calling it $30. Ulamog by himself right now as a single is $30. Italy is about, let's call it $3, and let's call Galta $4 to $5. So, Ulamog's paying for the Secret Lair. If I just paid the $30, it would cost me that much just to buy the Ulamog by itself now. So by having purchased the Secret Lair, the sealed version of it, I'm getting essentially a $3 Atali with a cool aesthetic and a $4 to $5 Galta with a cool aesthetic as a sort of a bonus, including this bonus sliver as well. Right now, the Secret Lairs for these, if you wanted to pick up a sealed version just to keep for yourself, now on the secondary market, they're going for about $46. So hey, again, if you purchase one and you're keeping one sealed, of which I do have one extra sealed, then essentially your return on your original investment is already 35%. And this Secret Lair has been out for about a month and a half now, so I like to wait a little bit of time. I don't just get them and crack them open right away, because that means the market hasn't settled. It hasn't absorbed all the new copies. Whereas, a month and a half later, we have a pretty good idea that these are actually going to be what the prices settle into. So again, the Just Add Milk, if you picked them up, great. You're doing pretty well. You've got a nice little 35% return on investment. And if you like it now, it's not out of hand. You can always pick up the singles for, as I mentioned, 33 and 4 respectively. Or if you want the sealed version and you want to take your chances with a bonus card or whatever, they're about $46 on the secondary market now. So that is that Just Add Milk. Very cool. All right, next up, one that I am actually really excited about. Well, not that I wasn't excited about that, but I thought that was more fun. But this one I am actually genuinely excited about. And this was, again, the Optimus Prime versus Megatron. This one, to me, is value town. This was like a no-brainer, in my opinion. So let me first get this out here. Love the packaging. They do a really good job with that. I'll give Wizards credit where credit is due. So we have our More Than Meets the Eye. Love the packaging there. It looks really good. And then we get into our actual Secret Lair here. Beautiful, beautiful. So this is the non-foil. There is a foil version. I do have a couple of those. I chose to keep those sealed for future use or whatever. The non-foil version, again, $29.99. See if I can peel these off ever so carefully. Sometimes the glue is a real pain. I still have no idea what the secret card on the back is. There we go. We got one and two. Excellent. I'm going to keep the other card back there for a moment. So the big ticket item in this, and again, the one that is accounting for most of your value, is Megatron, which is a reskinned Blightsteel Colossus. Blightsteel Colossus, if you hadn't seen, if you're unaware, is prior to this, the lowest version out there was $60. The Double Masters is still holding, even now, the Double Masters version is still holding about $60, as well as the original version for the non-foil copies. I think the list version is sitting right around $40. Now, about a month and a half later, this card is at about, the Megatron version is at about $30. So again, it just right off the bat, it pays for the entire Secret Lair. The Secret Lair itself was $29.99. This is sitting at $30. I think it was when it first came out and a bunch of copies were hitting the market, it was down to like 22 bucks, already up to $30. The other versions of Blightsteel are already, are still 60. They're still holding their value just fine. So if you want a cheap alternative, you don't really care about the aesthetic and you just want a real copy of a Blightsteel Colossus to slot into a deck, this is still a very affordable alternative at $30. And the cool part of these is that they are actually double-sided. So you can play, it's a Blightsteel on either side. They're the exact same except for the actual art. So you can go with either the Megatron Transformer or you can go with the Megatron, the giant tank version, and you have yourself a nice double-sided Blightsteel Colossus. Again, this is already paying for the value of the Secret Lair, which was $30. This is currently a market value of $30. And that's not all. Next up, we actually have a doubling cube, the Allspark, which is pretty cool. Love the art on it. I think these are right around, I think they're right around $8. So again, Megatron pays for the Secret Lair. Now you're in bonus territory. These are sitting out on the secondary market for about $8. It's very cool. It's a good card. It's I think very commander playable. Double the amount of each type of unspent mana you have for 3 mana. So load up, and then if you have the Allspark out there, you can double it out. Pretty good. And it does, of course, it's also double-sided. Does the exact same thing. It's just a matter of which version you prefer. Actually, I think I prefer this version. And the last, but not least, kind of least actually, is Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is a reskinned Darksteel Colossus. So you have 2 giant robots going at it, although I think the Infect version clearly wins. So this is a Darksteel Colossus. Again, reskinned. It is also double-sided. Love the art on it. I think it looks really good. And so pick your flavor there as far as if you wanted a Darksteel Colossus. I think the Optimus Prime Darksteel is about $5, not setting the world ablaze with value. But again, if the Blightsteel Colossus, which I still think is really cheap at this point, considering it's half the cost of a normal Blightsteel Colossus at $30, pays for the Secret Lair already, then you have an $8 Allspark in there, or doubling cube, and then a $5 Darksteel Colossus. It's essentially gravy on top, right? It's the cherry on top. The sealed version of this, so the regular price was $30. The sealed version will currently run you about $47. So it's very close to the singles added up together. But we have not looked at our bonus card yet, and I don't know what that is. So let's flip this over. What do we have? Oh, it's Cybertron. Actually, did I know about this? I don't know if I know about this. Kind of cool. It's a land, add 1 mana, so it's basically a command tower. It's actually a fancy command tower. That's kind of cool. I can get behind that. That's neat. Obviously, ridiculously playable commander card. It's in every deck. Unless maybe it's monocolored. I don't know. Maybe then even so. But yeah, neat. It's Cybertron, so it's a cool command tower. I actually don't know the value on that, so I'm not even taking into account the bonus card value when I talk about just the overall value. So $30 Secret Lair, $30 Blightsteel, $8 Doubling Cube, $5 Darksteel Colossus, plus your Cybertron. Even if you wanted to go out and pick up a seal version of this on the open market, it would cost you about $47, which means if you purchased one and you're sitting on it, again, you're already up on return on value of probably 35 to 40% already. Pretty good. And again, I just think the cards are cool. I was looking for a cheap alternative. I'm happy to throw this Megatron into a deck as a Blightsteel Colossus and wreck some face with it. And then if all that wasn't enough, again, as I mentioned, I did end up spending over $200. So one of the things they were offering was a DJ Scarab God promo card. I don't know if it's promo. It's a Secret Lair, but you got them for if you purchased over $200. All right. So we have our super cool thank you card here. It's actually kind of cool. It's fun. Nice little added flavor. And then the actual Scarab God himself, DJ Scarab God. These are currently sitting at around a market of about $17 to $20. And if I would say this, I probably wouldn't pay $200 for the Secret Lair just to get the Scarab God if I wasn't interested in the product already. But I was already going to be picking up enough of it where I was like, okay, if that's the bonus, if you're going to throw me a Scarab God, which is a nice playable card and a pretty cool variant, then I'm down for it, right? So that's kind of it today. Again, tracking if you're going to do it already, I wouldn't advise going out and spending $200+ just to get the Scarab God if you're not into the rest of it. But if there's other secret layers that you were already going to do and this was being offered up as a bonus for crossing that $200 threshold, then that's a nice little throw in for me. It just wouldn't be a reason for me to do the original purchase if I wasn't into it. But I think I'm doing okay. I always encourage, for me at this point, my personal philosophy with secret layers is just buy the stuff you're into. Don't try to make it a habit of trying to keeping up and buying every single thing out there. There's literally more secret layers produced per year than there are weeks per year at this point. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, do me a favor, if you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me, hit the like button for me, and of course, by all means, drop me some comments. Appreciate all of you, and be well, everybody.